Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. If you guys can hear me, please let me know in the chat so that I am aware that you guys can hear me clearly. I will appreciate that. For those of you guys that are just joining, if you can please let me know if you can hear me, that would be great. You can hear me. Great. Thank you, sweetheart, for letting me know. I'm going to wait a little bit more to see if we have more people that join. Thank you, Josephine. I appreciate it. Nancy, you can't hear me? I sound great. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Hello, everyone. I'm going to wait a little bit more to see if we have more people joining before we begin. We're going to be doing the love readings. I know that we're a little bit behind on that. We've been extremely busy with spell work. So I figured let's go live and get the ball rolling. Let's see what each one of you guys can expect for the remainder of March and the beginning of April in regards to love and romance. You can hear me now? Great. Awesome. All right. So it sounds like you guys can hear me pretty good. Sorry if you get distractions in the background. Neighbors are pretty loud. Hey, Misty, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome, everyone. I'm going to wait a little bit more to see if anyone else joins. Before we begin, we're going to begin with Aries all the way to Pisces for the month remaining of March, beginning of April in regards to love and romance. I'm not really big on announcing when I go live. And then I have followers complaining, I'm sorry. It's just when I'm able to fit or schedule in the lives. Like I said, we are a little bit behind on the monthlies. So, Geneva, it's your first time here. Oh, welcome, sweetheart. All right, so I think I'm going to move forward with the readings as I am on a very tight ship right now. We have to get ready for the spell works that are going to commence tonight. So, first time I get to watch live. Oh, blessings, sweetheart. I'm glad that you're able to see us live. I know I've had a few really announced. It's just when I'm able to schedule it in. And like I said, we're a little bit behind on these. So I figured why not just go live and do all the readings. All right, I'm going to begin. We're going to be doing the readings for all zodiac signs, beginning with Aries all the way to Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If your sun doesn't resonate, listen to your rising. If you guys know about astrology, risings usually are most prominent or stronger than your sun when we're talking about unfolding future. All right, so we're going to begin. For those of you guys just joining, welcome, my lovelies. We are about to commence. All right, here we go. Que se sellen en el recinto y en las cartas que los seres de luz que trabajan aquí hablen en luz y en verdad quiero saber y quiero entender. I call upon all my wise and loving spirit guides, spirits of light and love, my ancestors and archangels, spirits of divination, I welcome you. I open myself up as a vessel of communication. Let it be you who speaks through me. Allow me to hear, sense, feel, see, receive the messages loud and clearly. Reveal to me even that which is hidden. We're going to do love readings for all zodiac signs, beginning with Aries all the way to Pisces. Beginning with Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Allow us to see clearly and concisely what is unfolding for Aries. What can they expect for the remainder of March of April 2022 in regards to love and romance? For those of you guys just joining, welcome, my lovelies. Don't forget to like. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Here we go. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Love and romance. Here we go. Okay, we're starting off with the Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords, Justice card, and Queen of Cups. All right, Aries. I feel like a lot of you guys are currently going through a situation where there may be a lot of confusion going on right now. It's like a type of energy. It could be that the person that you're dealing with or the person you're interested in may be hot and cold. They may communicate, then they pull back. In all honesty, they're not being completely honest with you. We have the Seven of Swords here, Eight of Wands, passion, desire. Are you a booty call, Aries? Are you aware if you're a booty call? We need to be grounded in regards to how you approach the situation. For some of you guys, it's the understanding or the wanting of seeing the person change or giving them one opportunity after the other so that they can step up. What they're telling you, it's time to protect yourself and it's time to protect your heart, Aries. Are you being honest with yourself? We can't sit there and say that a person is leading us on when we're clearly seeing red flags every fucking where. And we keep hoping for the best. What they're telling you in regards to this situation, things will come out to the open and you will be hearing some news, perhaps not positive news, in regards to what they've been doing or what they've been dealing with behind the scenes. Again, it's time for you to protect your heart, Aries. Pull yourself a little bit back, give them some distancing, allow them to be the chaser. If they're not answering you or they're not texting you back or they're not looking for you, it's time to take your power back in this situation. For those of you guys joining, welcome, my lovelies. You've been following me for 2 years. Aw, I appreciate that, sweetheart. I genuinely do. So in this situation, Aries, it's time for you to take your power back. Stop allowing people to gaslight you. Like I said, there's a difference if we see that the person is putting effort, to be hopeful because they're giving us signs that they may step up. But when we are clearly seeing that they're not putting any effort, and it's usually us, the ones that are doing the chasing, you need to pull back that energy. Allow them to miss you or think of you in your absence. And only do that if you're willing 100% to walk away. So what I mean by that is it doesn't work when you pull your energy back, then they, try to draw you back in, and then you start to chase again. So again, you need to be grounded and protect your heart. Put yourself as a priority in this situation, Aries, because I don't see it on their part. I don't see that they're going to be willing to put effort. Again, don't be surprised if sometime in the beginning of April, you find out news or things that they've been hiding. That may be precisely what you want to hear, but I feel that at this point it's necessary. So I wish you guys the best, my lovelies. For those of you guys joining, welcome, my lovelies. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I feel as if you're speaking about me and my twin, who's not my partner, who I've never been with, but met a year ago. Sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Something I tell my clients all the time is the tarot cards will never tell us what we want to hear, but they're always going to tell us what we need to hear. All right, let's go to Taurus. Spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, spirits of divination. What are the messages that we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month remaining of March, beginning of April 2022 in regards to love and romance? Oh, we got cards flying out. All right, Taurus, we have a stalker. Are you the stalker? Or are they doing the stalking to you? My pleasure, love. We have the Page of Swords here. Watching you, Taurus. Someone's keeping a very close eye on you and what you're doing. I'm going to put it back and we're going to continue shuffling. Taurus, don't be surprised if an ex or someone you were dealing with in the past, you may not be dealing with them no longer. They may be stalking you. They may be looking at your social medias. And I'm hearing from fake accounts. So it's not their account. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Here we go. Love and romance. Oh, cards are wanting to speak to you guys. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords here. 6 of Wands. Justice card. 8 of Wands. 7 of Swords. Page of Wands and the Lovers. Okay. Someone's being stubborn in this situation, okay? Queen of Swords is your energy, Taurus. I feel that you're very methodical right now. It's like if they're giving me something, I may, come towards them or respond towards them, but they have to put in the work. 6 of Wands indicates to me being extremely confident, indicating that for some of you guys, you could have been dealing with the situation where it was you putting too much effort. You checked yourself, you pulled yourself a little bit back, aware or understand of what you deserve or how you want to be treated. I do see movement and progress in regards to this connection. I feel like in the coming month, April specifically, I'm hearing you guys may be dealing with a situation where they start to all of a sudden open up to you, perhaps explaining to you what's been going on or why they, haven't been as receptive to your energy in the past. But I feel like right now, I feel you guys very empowered. I feel you guys like you know exactly what it is that you want and what you're not willing to deal with no longer. 8 of Wands is quick movement. It also indicates overcoming with passion or allowing the passion or the love that you have for this person take over. 7 of Swords does indicate, however, with the Justice, be honest with yourself, Taurus, in regards to, what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to give. Sometimes when we go through very difficult situations in relationships, we kind of become tainted. We kind of, carry what we carry the santitos to someone else, someone that wasn't the one that hurt you, someone that wasn't the one that, did the damage. And then everyone else that comes in, we expect them to jump over hoops and obstacles to prove to. And sometimes that could be a defensive mechanism. And you may not be aware of it, but you are in a way allowing or pushing them a little bit away from you because you seem so closed off or so defensive. So again, if you're dealing with a situation where you feel like the person that you're dealing, am I breaking up? Can you guys hear me? Because I'm hearing that it's breaking up. I hope you guys can hear. Sure. I got multiple messages that I'm breaking up. Can you guys let me know if you guys can hear? You can hear me fine. Okay. I just logged out and got back in. Yes, we can. Okay. So I'm not sure if it's on you guys' side for those of you guys that can't hear me. I hope it's picking up fine. If you missed something or you weren't able to hear what I was saying, you guys can always rewatch. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me fine. Yeah, like I was saying, sometimes a little bit. It's not giving me no weak signal on my side, so I'm not sure if it's all right. I'm going to continue on. Like I said, for those of you guys that were hearing it break up, maybe you can play back later and you'll be able to. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, back to Taurus, sometimes we can meet a good person and our expectations are so high because we've been tainted, because we're carrying a lot of excess baggage from past connections, uh, from past relationships, basically. And what they're telling you here is don't be very quick to judge people or to judge the partner that you're dealing with, because sometimes they themselves are hurt or tainted or have gone through a healing process, and they probably need a little more effort on your part, Taurus, as well. So, again, keep that in mind. All right, we're going to go with Gemini now. I hope you guys can hear me. All right, spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, spirits of divination. What are the messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regards to love and romance? Love and romance. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Some of you guys are saying that I'm breaking up. Others of you are saying that you can hear me fine. So I hope it's recording fine, so you guys can be able to rewatch it if you weren't able to listen to, or if I was coming out breaking up. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Here we go. Love and romance. All right. We have the Five of Pentacles here. So for some of you guys dealing with a situation where perhaps there's been a distancing or a bit of non-communication right now. Five of Pentacles can also indicate having the need to work on ourselves, Gemini. This is kind of like the message that I was giving to Taurus, which is when we don't fully heal and we jump from one relationship to the other, oftentimes we are seeking, um, because you don't give time to yourself to heal. Sometimes you're seeking validation, you're seeking to feel accepted, to feel heard or understood, because perhaps you didn't have that in the previous relationship. So there is a need to heal through that, so that you can be able to go into the new connection or the new relationship, um, being grounded and knowing exactly what it is that you want and you deserve from a partner. Um, Five of Pentacles is a lot of history of being left. So for some of you guys, you're currently dealing with abandonment issues. And it's not just necessarily for relationships. This can also be with family, with friends, with colleagues, people that you surround yourself with, comes into your inner circle or your circle of friends. And you start to experience these feelings of not necessarily, but a bit of jealousy, a bit of, there is a fear that your friends or the friends that you've known for a very long time make deeper with that new person that's coming into the circle. And again, that has to do with abandonment issues. So again, I would highly encourage you guys to heal through that. And the only way to heal through anything is to get to the root and the bottom of, why am I feeling this way? Is it the person? Is it the energy that I'm sensing? Or is it something that I often experience based on situations or circumstances that I am in? So again, a lot of you guys may be currently dealing with issues from childhood issues, even if you had an absent parent, mother or father. There is often the need to want to uh, show or what's that word? Recompensar. I can think of the word in English. Recompensate. So we often have a tendency of overdoing or overgiving because we feel like that's the only way we can prove our worthiness. So again, I would encourage you guys to go through a healing. Ask yourself why you're feeling this way. All right, I'm going to be pulling out the cards. Gemini, here we go. That was just the first card that came out. We have the Wheel of the Year, Two of Pentacles, the King of Swords, Four of Five of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So you were hopeful, you were optimistic in regards to a connection that you could have been dealing with or currently are dealing with. Again, there is a need for balance here. King of Swords, this is your energy, Gemini. This is you being very much in your head, often questioning, even or over questioning, like before you even say or express or um, take an action. It's like you're overthinking every single situation, or every single, how you're reacting to the circumstances. It's like you're very much in your head and you're not allowing yourself to react on an emotional level. Sometimes I tell you guys it's not good to react on an emotional level because that's when we overreact. But when you're very much standoffish, very much in your mind and in your head, you kind of be like other people around you perceive you as like a robot. Like you don't have, or you're very quick and harsh with your words. And it doesn't mean that that's who you are, Gemini. It just means that, and you need to bring your defenses down, not be so guarded when we're talking about relationships. And for those of you guys that are dealing with the situation where you may be dealing with a person often has competition or is often like flirting or dealing with other people, um, is this really a defensive mechanism? Or in reality, what it is you try to convince yourself that those are not red flags. And then you allow people to get close to you. They end up hurting you or letting you down. Has Cancer been done yet? No, we are at Gemini right now. Is this the pinky pink? Not sure. You mean pinky pink star? Yes. So again, we go of, having the need to take a step back and analyze what's going on with this connection. Are you overseeing red flags? Um, are you trying to see the best in them? Or is it the fact that you often have this need to forgive or to try to help people heal, or I can make them a better person? And you overgive, Gemini. So again, try to keep that balance, and also ask yourself, is this person really worth you putting effort and energy and your heart in the line, or are they showing you off the bat that they're not reciprocating the energy that to them, Gemini? Okay, for those of you guys that are just joining, welcome. We just finished Gemini. We're going to be doing Cancer. All right. Here we go. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are the messages? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance for the month remaining of March, beginning of April. Coco Goddess. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for that. I'm glad. All righty. Here we go. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's go. Relationships, love, and romance. What can they expect for this month remaining of March, beginning of April 2022? All right, here we go. Cancer, we're starting off with the Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands, Chariot, Eight of Swords, King of Swords, Two of Pentacles. All right. Stop giving, stop overdoing, Cancer. Ace of Cups indicates to me you may be dealing with a recent situation, a person you just met. For others of you, you may be dealing with a person that you've been with probably about a year and a half, something like that. For some of you guys, could be longer. It's a general reading. However, what they're telling me here with the Seven of Wands, you need to pull the energy back and expect them to step up. You cannot allow someone to step up if you are constantly being the chaser. We go back to the message that was being given to Aries. Especially cancers have a tendency, right? You're the mother figure of the horoscope, to mother them, to maybe even smother them sometimes. And what they're telling you here is, again, if they're not putting effort, or if they often sit there and complain about, oh, you're always judging me, you're always criticizing, when really all you're doing is giving them feedback on how they're making you feel, that's reverse psychology. And don't allow them to make you feel like you don't have the right to express how you're feeling. Because if a partner, if you're dealing with a partner or anyone that you're interested in romantically, and you try to express to them or communicate to them how they're making you feel, if after having that conversation they leave you feeling like you're asking for too much, it's not that you're asking too much, it's that they are being selfish. Point blank, period. So what they're telling you here is, again, with the 7 of Wands, you need to put your foot down. You need to stop allowing people to, I wouldn't necessarily say gaslight you, but they are saying that there is a need for you um, to not be a little bit more optimistic and a little bit more positive, Cancer, when we're about love in general. If you have a tendency of, you start dating someone or you start dealing with someone, and all of a sudden they're not meeting your expectations, or they feel a certain type of way, um, don't sit there and think this is how it's going to be all the time. Try the best you can to redirect the energy towards, okay, this is not the right person for me, and that's okay, because it's just getting me closer to the person that's going to be right for me, the person that's going to treat me right, or the person that's going to give me or is willing to give the same reciprocation that I'm willing to give when it comes to relationships. And no, Cancer, you're not asking for too much. I feel like for some of you guys, you ask for the bare minimum. So again, empower yourself by knowing your worthiness. Empower yourself by knowing that you deserve to be treated right, just like you're willing and you often do for the partners that you're with. There is a need for balance here. Hearing for some of you guys, it's a power struggle. So for some of you guys, it could be that ego is in the way. Doesn't necessarily mean that they don't reciprocate the energy. It's just that you guys often hold on to resentments or things that have been done in the past, and you hold them accountable for that. If, we're humans and we all mess up. If you're willing to put effort and move forward with the relationship, let go of those resentments, because if you cannot let go of those resentments, it means they're not showing you through actions that they've changed their behavior. And if they haven't changed their behavior, it's never going to be, you're not going to be able to move forward from that, because you're holding them accountable to how they made you feel or how they treated you in the past. And it often means that they're not changing their behavior. All right, my lovelies, let's go with Leo. Here we go. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Spirits, what are the messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For those of you guys that are single, I will be doing a singles read probably tomorrow or Friday. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are the messages for Leos in regards to love and romance? What is unfolding for them from now, the end of March 2022, to the beginning of April 2022? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, here we go. First card is the Knight of Swords, 3 of Swords, Holy, Judgment, 9 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Leo, what the hell? What are you guys dealing with? Okay, so there's someone extremely stubborn and someone that's not take responsibility for their actions. There is a refusal here of understanding that they effed up. Judgment card signifies they've made their decision. I feel like for some of you guys, if you've recently are dealing with a situation where it was the partner that confessed to you that there was some type of betrayal, some type of stepping out of the relationship, I feel like this was something that they planned, meaning they were trying to find a way to end or to walk away from this connection. Um, Nine of Swords is feeling extremely stuck, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to deal with the situation. 10 of Wands, um, feeling extremely burdened, feeling like, I feel for some of you guys, I feel like your ego is really hurt. For some of you guys, it could be because you were dealing with someone that perhaps a specific friend of yours or a specific family or relative didn't necessarily like them for you, or didn't necessarily accepted them in some way. And I feel like your pride is hurt right now, because it's like, they warned me and I didn't see it, and here I am, proving them right, which their actions have absolutely nothing to do with you, Leo. um so again, for those of you guys that are dealing with this type of situation, don't feel like it was your fault. Oftentimes when people step out of relationships, or when they do whatever it is that they do to ourselves, it has nothing to do with you as a person, Leo. It has to do with them and where they're at this point in their life. I feel like you've been dealing with um a person that often played either mind games or had a tendency of being a bit of a narcissist. Um, and it's like I don't see them taking any type of responsibility. If you want me to be completely honest with you, Leo, I would just either walk away from this situation. You deserve to be treated much better than this. And I feel like even if the person comes back around and tries to uh quote unquote fix it, I don't see that their behavior is going to change. This is a person that's stuck in the mud. This is a person that has a lot of growth to do and they refuse. You could have been dealing with the person that has a tendency of often complaining about life, or how life is so horrible and how they've been treated in the past. But it seems to me like in reality, it's not how they've been treated, it's the type of person they are. And they've been treated a certain way, um, based on what they do, their actions. So again, I feel like this is a person that has no compassion. It's a narcissist type of energy that I'm sensing here. So my advice to you, Leo, is walk away from this situation. Anything that has recently ended, don't go back to it. Don't open the door to it. Move on from this. It's time to move. It's time to grow, and it's time for you to open yourself up to true and authentic connections, not one-sided relationships. All right. We are going now with Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you guys can let me know if you can hear me. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Spirit guides, ancestors, and archangels, spirits of divination. What are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance for the month remaining of March 2022, beginning of April 2022? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You guys can let me know if you can hear me. The chat room is very quiet. Okay. Thank you, Ingrid. All right, here we go. Virgo. All right. We are starting off with the Strength, Ace of Pentacles, the Death card, Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Oof, okay. There's a lot of revelations that are going to be unfolding from now all the way to the beginning of April, and that's for every sign. Things that have been going on behind the scenes are going to be coming out to the open. It has a lot to do with astrologically, the planet alignments right now. But Virgos, the Strength card. This is you being confident. This is you being empowered. I'm going to tell you this off the bat. For those of you guys that are Virgos and you experience or you deal with relatives, friends, colleagues, even that mention to you from now all the way to April, that mention to you like, oh, you don't have to be so cocky, or you don't have to be so so showy, etc. don't listen to that, because I feel like when they criticize in that aspect, you don't take it as like constructive criticism. You take it as like extremely personal, and then it gets in your head. So my advice to you guys, if you deal with anything like that, do not let it get to you. The thing is, a lot of people are not used to you putting yourself first, Virgo. And the thing about Virgos, right, is that you guys are a sign that has a lot to do with servitude, has a lot to do with picking up other people's slack, doing or overdoing, uh, trying to lend a hand, or always trying to do. And people are not used to seeing you in a light of being confident and being empowered. And it may rub them the wrong way, or they may feel challenged. But this has nothing to do with you, Virgo. So don't allow people to burst that awesome bubble that you're going to be dealing with. Okay. From now, I want to say all the way to the end of April. You do have the Ace of Pentacles here. So there is definitely a new beginning that is forming. For some of you guys, you may be dealing with another earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo like yourself, a Leo or Scorpio energy here. We also have the Death card. So there was some type of separation for some of you guys. If you're dealing with a situation where there was some type of temporary separation or some type of ending, I feel like there is a revisiting of that situation. They may be reaching out to you. They may be wanting to get your attention or wanting to make it up to you. What Spirit is telling you here is be smart about giving them a second opportunity. It's kind of like, think about it, right? If someone stabbed you, don't go back handing them over the same knife they stabbed you with. It's about, again, it's about knowing and paying attention to what people show you versus what they say to you. Promises could be done left and right. But am I, showing you through actions that I mean what I say? So again, be mindful of that. If there was a recent separation, a recent pulling away of the relationship or connection, and all of a sudden they come back around and they're trying to make it up, be very, careful. Like I said, the metaphor of not, getting stabbed and handing over someone the same knife they stabbed you with. What they're telling you here is learn from your mistakes and move forward with that lesson, Virgo, so that you don't, so people don't rely on you to always be the one to fix things. This, I want to say, from now all the way to April, it's going to be important, not necessarily to be selfish, but to learn to put yourself first and to hold people accountable to their actions, not what they're telling you or what they're promising you. All right, we're going to go now with Libra. What are the messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, spirits, ancestors, and archangels? What are the messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance? You guys don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Well, when you're able to share. I have tons of new spell work coming for you guys, so I'm going to be more proactive on my channel. All right, here we go. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month of March 2022 to the beginning of April. What are the messages for love and romance? I seen a card flip. All right, there we go. All right, so the Emperor, being empowered. I see you guys being very motivated, Libra. You may have been experiencing, I want to say the past 2-3 weeks, you could potentially have been experiencing like feeling more energized, feeling like there's certain things in your life that you're wanting to rearrange, or you're wanting to work on, or you're wanting to fix, whether it's physical, whether it's in your home, moving things around. I feel like it's a burst of energy. Your creative side is being sparked. So I do see you guys being very much in the masculine energy, even if you're feminine. I feel like you're being empowered. You're feeling more clarity of what it is, the goals and aspirations that you're trying to achieve here. I'm going to put it back and we're going to keep shuffling. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. All right, so we're starting off with the 9 of Cups, Six of Wands, Six of Cups, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords, 10 of Swords. Okay. Libra, there is success and victory in a connection or the person that you may be dealing with. There are a lot of things that you need to work on yourself. And I'm going to be very honest, there's a lot of toxic. For some of you guys, it could be you being extremely jealous, but yet you expect your partner to be okay with you being extremely friendly. For others of you, it's like, I love to be in a relationship, but I also want my space. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be the first one to congratulate you on that because I can totally relate in that aspect. But don't try to work out a relationship with someone that is a little bit more needy, or don't try to don't string along people that you know at some point you guys are too different. um the best way of describing it is kind of like when you're the type of person that you need your space, you need your solitude. This doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be in a relationship. It's just finding a partner that is not extremely clingy. And if they are clingy, that they're not, clingy in the aspect of being extremely physical, like kind of being okay with being in the same room, even if both of you guys are doing different things. Because then that relationship or that partnership can flourish. But if you're waking up one day and you're wanting to be clingy, and then the next day you feel like you need your space and like being in a relationship is too much, then again, this has a lot to do with preconditioning, perhaps experiences you've dealt with in the past. For others of you, this could be childhood trauma that needs to be healed. What they're telling you here is you have the potential to manifest your happily ever after, your happiness. You're able to manifest, or even for those of you guys that are single, being able to draw the type of partner that will potentially be a lifetime partner. But again, you have to let go of your fears. Nine of Swords and 10 of Swords is there is something that behavior that you continuously keep embracing, or that you keep reacting to, that has a lot to do with what hinders your partnerships and connections. As an example, excuse me. As an example, do you have a do you have a tendency of going for the extremely beautiful or the extremely attractive? And if you do, you can't really be the possessive and jealous type, because you know that those are going to get a lot of attention whether they try or not. I hope that's making sense. All right, my lovelies. Your partner is an Aquarius Capricorn cusp. Welcome for those of you guys that are just joining. All righty, give me a second. I need to drink some of my drink because I was choking on my own damn saliva. All right, here we go. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, spirits, ancestors, and archangels. What are the messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance for the month remaining of March 2022 to the beginning of April 2022? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also, I do want to mention for those of you guys that are Libras, I was feeling like I couldn't talk. So for some of you guys, if you feel like you have quickly progressed in this connection and you feel a little bit like it's too much, speak up. You don't want yourself to be strung along. Don't string other people along as well. Speak up is the best thing you can possibly do for yourself. Sometimes, believe it or not, you guys, people are scared to be happy. I deal with clients on everyday basis. Like, you guys have no idea. And sometimes things do seem to be too good to be true. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's too good. It just means that sometimes we're so used to being treated like shit that when we're treated correctly, we often have this or feel to like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it has a lot to do with how we are conditioned in relationships. So again, keep that in mind. Yes, I've been having that with my throat. Yeah, sweetheart, whenever we're dealing with situations where we feel like we're suppressing, and sometimes we do it on a very subconscious level, we're not aware of it, but we hold back a lot, or we, dance around certain issues because we don't want to offend our partner, or whatever the situation is. Holding that will often give us, issues in our throat, um, in our stomach, because you're holding back a lot. And then it manifests in illnesses. So, like I tell everyone, I give it raw and uncut because I am not dealing with none of those issues. Right, here we go. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Love and Romance. Okay, here we go. Ooh, Scorpio. We have the Devil card here. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Two queens. You are dealing with a person that is not showing truly who they are, Scorpio. Now, for those of you guys that are in a long-term committed relationship or have been in a long-term committed relationship, if you started the relationship not on good terms. So what I mean by that is if you were messing around with someone that was in a relationship, right? Or in a previous relationship whilst you were meeting them or while getting to know each other, even if they told you whatever situation, right? I'm not dealing with them anymore, whatever. If it started wrong, more than likely they portrayed themselves a certain way to you, but this is a habit or this is something that they don't want to grow out of. So for some of you Scorpios, you need to really stand that if your intuition, and this is the thing about Scorpios, you guys are very sharp with your intuition. Oftentimes, I find that clients that are Scorpios doubt their intuition a lot, but you guys are usually on the money. So if you're dealing with the situation where your partner's taking forever to answer you, or they don't call you till the next day, or respond to you 3 hours, it takes them 3 hours later to get back to you, it's not coincidence, and it's not because, they were busy, or it's not because whatever their excuse is. In reality, it's because they're dealing with two people. I see two people here. And what they're telling you in this situation is, again, stop doubting your intuition. If you feel like the person that you're dealing with all of a sudden has grown cold, or even conversation, don't like try to proactively continue the conversation. They're very short and to the point. It's because they're putting their energy and time somewhere else. And what they're telling you here in this situation, Scorpio, is that this is also a toxic trait of yourself. When you feel like you meet or you're dealing with a partner that is extremely present in the relationship, that is you going above and beyond, you're not that interested because they're not a challenge to you. But the moment that they grow cold, or the moment that you're dealing with someone that is emotionally unavailable, that's when you start to obsess about them, or obsess about wanting to be the one that gets them to settle. So again, this is something that you also have to work through, and ask yourself, do you have a tendency of doing that? You meet a good guy or a good girl and you're like, not really interested. But then you meet someone that is a challenge, or you meet someone that has toxic traits or toxic behavior. And some reason that's what sparks your interest. That's what gets your motor running. That's what the intensity and the passion is what really drives you. And this is something I tell you guys all the time when I do readings. Anything that is intense and very strong and passionate doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be something long lasting. Why? Because fire goes out at some point in time. So again, just remember that. All right. Now we're going to go to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's see what's going on in your love life. Spirit guides, ancestors, and archangels. What are the messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in regards to love and romance for the month of March 2022 all the way to the beginning of April 2022. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's going on with them. All right, here we go. Sagittarius, off with the Empress. Temp, your energy right here. 5 of Cups, Knight of Swords, 8 of Cups, 3 of Swords. Oh my God, we're starting off so good. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, you have the 3 of Swords here. So you may be dealing with a situation where there was some type of separation or some type of pulling back, some type of distancing. For some of you guys, it could have been a walking away situation, whether it was your partner. You have your card right at the center, Temperance. Temperance is a representation of Sagittarius, but this is also timing, you guys. I feel like for some of you guys, you've experienced relationships where everything starts off very exciting and it starts off really good in the beginning. But right when the relationship starts to get challenged or when we start to deal with everyday life, oftentimes the partners that you choose have a tendency of dropping the ball. For others of you, it could be that the partner has a tendency of not being present or not being able to give you that emotional support that you need and that you deserve, Sagittarius. With the 5 of Cups, there is the mourning of a loss of a relationship or the process of feeling the reality of things. Maybe you're starting to see them for who they really are. For others of you, maybe there is some type of feeling of being let down or like they took advantage of your trust. What they're telling you here with the Knight of Swords is time to pull back. It's time to cut the cord, Sagittarius. If you are dealing with a relationship or a partner that has been very toxic, perhaps not as present in the relationship for a while now, when do you get to the point of saying enough is enough? You're coming up as the Empress and the Temperance card back to back. So that is a representation of being nurturing, being loving. The Empress is all about love. And as much as you're willing to give, as much love as you're have a tendency of giving, that's exactly what you deserve. So what they're telling you, it's time for you to raise your expectations, or it's time for you to ask for what you're willing to give, because I see you as being the overgiver or being the one to deal with everything that happens in a relationship, and your partner's just there sitting pretty, or your partner's just being there being the toxic one and dragging you down instead of allowing you to continue to grow and expand as what any healthy relationship should be. So again, what they're telling you is at this point, it's time for you to completely cut the cord, let go of the fear. What if I don't find someone? What if I'm not willing to or able to settle down with someone that is going to I am? Let all of those fears fall to the side, Sagittarius, because the same love that we're capable of giving means that that's the same type of love that we're willing to receive and capable of receiving. It's just finding the right partner. So again, if you're dealing with a situation where there's been inconsistency, where there's been cheating, where there's been betrayal, it's time for you to cut the cord to that because you deserve much better. And not only that, but what Spirit is telling you here is we give or we get what we think we deserve. Because if you're being mistreated, the first time around that you're mistreated, if you know you deserve, deep in your soul and in your heart, you know you deserve better, you're not going to put up with that type of fuckery and you will walk away. And that's also you teaching other people how you demand to be treated. And instead of doing that, you keep forgiving the partner and they keep doing the same behavior over and over. What does saying sorry, is it going to put your heart back together? Absolutely fucking not. So again, it's time to cut the cord and walk away, even if there are fears, even if there's responsibilities, even if in your mind, oh, we have children, oh, the family, oh, this or that. It doesn't mean that you should be mistreated in any way. So again, let go of those fears and embrace a new beginning. Don't be scared to start over. Sometimes starting over is the best thing that can happen to us. Sometimes when we go through situations, we don't necessarily feel that way, right? Because we feel like shit when we're starting over. But the fact of the matter is that sometimes starting over is the best thing that can ever happen to you, Sagittarius. All right, my love. We are now going to Capricorn. All right, let's see what's unfolding for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, spirits, ancestors, and archangels. What are the messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month remaining of March 2022 to April, beginning of April 2022 in regards to love and romance? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the messages for Capricorns? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I am feeling extremely giddy, Capricorn. I feel like for a lot of you guys, there are a lot of new beginnings that are going to be unfolding in regards to love and romance. And I'm hearing surprises as well. So let's see what that is about. Woohoo. Hey, sweetheart. Capri in the house. All right, here we go. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, all right. So we have the Sun and we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so this is exactly the energy that I was sensing. The Sun is always blessings. It's always, blessings being bestowed upon us. It also indicates happiness and joy. Cups indicates, sometimes being a little bit ungrateful or not being able to see the rainbow at the end. What they're telling you here, Capricorn, is that your attitude and the way you have an outlook in love, in your love life, directly in your love life, is going to be a total reflection of the things that start to manifest for you in 2022. The Sun, blessings being bestowed, but it can also indicate a relationship that may come about through a very unexpected means. So what I mean by that, you may already be dealing with a person that potentially can be your life partner. For others of you, this could also indicate that love comes to you through unexpected ways. So for some of you guys, it could be meeting someone that you weren't necessarily expecting to meet. It's kind of like the situation where I had this one client that went on a blind date. They're sitting for the date to show up and someone random shows up and they just started talking, started conversating. And what happened is that potentially the blind date did show up, but there was no connection there. But before real date showed up, they exchanged numbers and now they are in a long-term committed relationship. So again, could be very unexpected. I'm going to put it back in and I'm going to continue shuffling. I'm breaking off. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys please let me know if you can hear me so I can continue the reading? I don't want to be breaking off. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Love and romance. All right, here we go. Can you guys let me know if you guys hear me okay? Eileen, you can. Okay. So I'm going to continue. Hopefully you can hear me better. All right. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, Hierophant, Four of Swords. All right. Changing your mentality, Capricorn. Changing your mentality. You know, Capricorn, for being very manly, this is a known fact. A lot of the times we have a tendency of revisiting the past, or sometimes when we're dealing with new people, we have a tendency of comparing. Uh, Now, this not necessarily a good thing, because sometimes we think or we put ourselves in this mentality where the past was the best that we've ever experienced. So again, there is a need for you to let go or cut the cords to the past. You are the one that dictates what is going to unfold in your life. So, as an example, Eight of Swords here is an indication of past traumas or relationships that have, fallen apart. This is something that you still carry in your energy, Capricorn. And I know a lot of you Capricorns have been going through a lot of transformation the past 3 years. So, for some of you guys, this is revisiting experiences that you've had in the past, but walking away from that, walking away from this type of mentality or the mentality you've had in the past is going to make way for you to be able to redirect your energy and be more optimistic and more positive when we're talking about relationships. So, again, what they're saying here is Eight of Cups is finally letting go and releasing yourself from the past. And this also indicates, Capricorn, if you were the one that was creating fuckery in past relationships, because we ain't no saints, I know that. And if you were the one that at some point in a relationship you did someone wrong and you carry that, or you carry that missed opportunity, whatever the situation is, what they're telling you here is be okay with that, because you had to go through that in order to learn. You had to go through those experiences to make you a better lover, a better partner. And understanding that lesson and letting go completely of the feeling of I will never find happiness, or why am I not worthy, or why am I, because this is something that often, Capricorns could be a bit harsh on themselves. You guys have a tendency of putting so much pressure on yourself when it comes to romance, not necessarily be the emotional type or the type to fully express, but you guys are the type to show through actions when you care for someone. So again, if you're carrying any type of regret or anything from past relationships, you got to let that go. You have to be okay with that, because that is a lesson that needed to happen in order for you to be more present, in order for you to grow from that and make you, like I said, a better life partner. Eight of Cups is walking away from past experiences or walking away from an old way of thinking. Hierophant is being able to embrace commitment, able to embrace being okay with, yes, I want to get married, or yes, I want a long term commitment, and owning that instead of when people ask you, are you looking for marriage? Why aren't you married? Why this? Why don't you have kids, etc. Instead of being defensive and be like, oh, I just don't want that right now, don't necessarily approach it that way. Just say, yeah, I'm waiting for the right one, and the right one will show up when they're ready, and when I'm ready, because it is in essence part of your destiny to find not a partner but a lifetime partner. And the Four of Swords is indication of exactly that, being able to uh, change your way of thinking or change the pattern of your way of thinking when we're talking about relationships and partnerships. All right, my lovelies. Okay, we are going to go now with Aquarius. Tanya, I don't think it's just you, sweetheart. Earlier, I had a few saying that I was breaking up. So I'm not sure if it's like the internet, because on my side, it shows that it's a strong internet. So I don't think it's, but for those of you guys, if you do cutting out, you can always come back and rewatch your sign. All right, here we go. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Archangels. What are the messages for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's unfolding for them in regards to love and romance for the month remaining of March 2022 to the beginning of April 2022. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Aquarius is part of my big three. All right, here we go. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Love and romance. All right, let's go. We are starting off here with the Moon card, Four of Wands, the Wheel of the Year. Wow. Star card, King of Wands, and the Hermit. All right. Powerful energy here, Aquarius. You are definitely one of the signs that is going to be very transformational type of energy in every single aspect of your life. That's if you're not already experiencing that. So what they're showing me here is right at the center, Four of Wands indicates stability. For some of you guys, there could be a fear of something long-term or a fear of commitment, perhaps because like you have very high expectations in regards to what like am I ready? Am I ready to get myself in a long-term relationship, or am I ready to give myself completely to just one person? This is you having a dilemma within yourself of trying to figure out where you want to go from now, I want to say all the way to next year, 2023. What they're showing me here, the Star card and the King of Wands. For some of you guys, you may be dealing with energy, Leo, Aries. For others of you, you may be dealing with the Cancer. For others of you, you may be dealing with a Virgo. What they're showing me here is Four of Wands is an indication of stability coming through, or being able to achieve the stability that you've always wanted or hoped for. The Moon is more having to do with your subconscious mind. I feel like it's coming very strongly because of the Star card. So what they're telling you, Aquarius, is pay very close attention from now all the way to April. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your intuition, because you guys are getting spiritual downloads. Now, if you're single, do not be surprised if you have or experience very lucid dreams about what it's going to be. As an example, if you dream yourself being married and you're single right now, it may throw you off, but do not be surprised, because these are spirits of a different time frame, a different timeline. And what I mean by that is, for those of you guys that know about quantum jumping, then you know that there is a you out there that has already manifested the type of relationship or partnerships that you want. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't want that, right? You wouldn't be aware of what it is that you want. So what this means is the spiritual downloads that you're experiencing is what's unfolding or what will unfold in your very near future. So again, for those of you guys that are single, if you start to dream that you're getting married, or for others that you're in a happy, committed relationship and you're single, don't be surprised if within that time frame you actually do meet someone. That's spirit letting you know that the person that is right for you is coming towards you. It's right around the corner. So again, keep yourself open to that possibility. For others of you, those of you guys that are in a relationship, what they're telling you here is, again, there is a need for you guys to be more open. And I know that Aquarians often have this misconception of that you guys are cold or you guys are distant. The thing about Aquarians is when you guys are committed, you guys are committed, right? Because no one forced you. You made that choice. And a lot of the times we have a tendency of, going above and beyond because we rarely do it. Or we rarely open up to people. When that person has little by little broke off every little piece of that guarded wall that you carry, Aquarius, it's like once they get to the real you, to the center of you, there's nothing that you will not do for them. Feel like right now you may be dealing with a situation where that person is being extremely patient, and they've earned that position, they've earned that, your softer side. So what they're telling you here essentially is don't be fearful of opening yourself up or allowing people to get close to you, Aquarians. That's not a weakness at all. Sometimes being hurt and being able to love again is an act of courage. It is an act of believing in something greater than what we've experienced, and to be able to foresee what we know we deserve. So again, be optimistic and positive about that. And if you are dealing with a situation where right now you're very uncertain of where you want this relationship to go, or even if you want it to go anywhere, keep your option, or not options, keep your mind open, because this person that you may be dealing with may potentially blow your mind every single expectation that you're wanting or that you expected from a partner. All right, my lovelies. Now we are finally to Pisces. All right, let's see. Spirit guides, ancestors, and archangels. What are the messages for Pisces? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Pisces, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. In regards to love and romance, from now, the end of March 2022 to the beginning of April 2022. For those of you guys that are single out there, I will be going live probably on Friday. I would say around sometime around 7 to 9. So you guys, all right, here we go. Pisces, sun, moon, rising, Venus. All right, we have cards flying out. We have Temperance and King of Cups. Okay, so for some of you guys, you may be dealing with the situation of trying to figure out exactly how this connection or in this relation. For some of you guys, you've been waiting on someone to open up or to that they are emotionally available. Give me 1 second, because I think this is saying, can you guys hear me? Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? You can hear me. Okay. For some reason, like, sign that the connection was breaking. All right. So I'm going to continue. Yeah. So I feel like for some of you guys, you're dealing with a situation where you've been extremely patient, Pisces. It's like wanting them to prove to you that it was worth it, or prove to you that your hard work and the effort that you've put or invested in this connection was worth it in the end. But I still see some type of resistance in regards to this connection. So I'm going to put them back in and I'm going to continue shuffling. Moon, rising, Venus, love and romance. Okay, one more shuffle. All right, here we go. All right, so we have the Hanged Man, Two of Swords, Queen of Cups, Four of Wands, the Moon, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. All right, so yeah, I feel like for some of you Pisces, you're dealing with a situation where you're being extremely hopeful in regards to this connection. I do see that it's been you, the one that's been putting effort or has been highly, like, really trying to make the relationship work, the connection become something. But I feel like the other person or the person that you're dealing with is extremely stubborn, or it's a person that is like very stuck in the mud. Like it has to be, they like to be in control. There's this need of it's when I choose, it's when I decide. And often what they're showing me here, it's often you, the one that's sacrificing, or maybe even you've asked yourself, like, why do I always have to be the one to give in an argument? As an example, why am I the one that has to be the one to reach out? Why am I the has to um, put the effort in this connection? And what Spirit is telling you is there is a need for you to see things clearly and concisely for what they are. So again, we go back to that of, if you're experiencing a situation where it's you the one that's always doing the lifting and your partner is not really putting effort, they're not, like, if you don't text them, they don't text you back. If you don't call them, they don't call you back. If it's constantly you the one that's sacrificing you're the one that is carrying the relationship, Pisces, and relationships don't work that way. Even if you've told yourself, I'm going to keep being good, or I'm going to keep doing good by this person so that they realize who I am and that I deserve to be loved, that I deserve to be treated right. If you're already doing all of that, overdoing it is not help them appreciate that. Either a person appreciates it or doesn't. Like overdoing or doing more is not going to help them see that. It's not going to one day wake up and be like, oh yeah, Pisces is really good to me. um Unfortunately, sometimes when we're dealing with people that are extremely selfish, it's worse because it allows them to think that they always have the upper hand. It allows them to think that it's always going to be their way. It allows them to think that they can take you for granted, Pisces, and no, the fuck they can't. You need to set boundaries. You need to allow them to step up. And if they're not stepping up, then walk away from that. Stop cutting yourself in little pieces until there's barely anything left of you to give. King of Pentacles indicates, having the need to be grounded, having the need to, whatever it is that you expect from a relationship, be the one to give that as well. Like, don't overgive, don't overdo, because again, it puts you in a position where you're aiming for the stability, you're aiming for the long term, you're aiming for your partner to be, as an example, if you're a female, you're aiming for your partner to one day wake up and say, oh, I'm gonna be a hard worker. I'm going to be the protector. Like, if they're not already doing that, they're not going to wake up and one day they want to do that, Pisces. And if if it's the other way around, if you're a masculine Pisces and you often are the one that, as an example, you're the provider, you get home and you also have to cook and you have to clean because your wife or your partner is not doing that, selfish, and they get mad at you because you fall asleep halfway through, a movie or something because you've been working so hard, and they constantly just at everything you do, they expect so much. Like, when do you get to the point of receiving love? Because if we keep giving and giving and giving, we're not allowing them to give to us. And if you do allow them to give to you and they're still not doing that, then they're not going to do it. So again, it's about being grounded in your expectations as well as what you give when we're talking about relationships, Pisces. And you know this because your is very much on point, Pisces. And we know, and you know what? Pisces have a tendency of staying in a relationship and sacrificing so much. And even when you know that you're over it, you still hold on to it until it just, the universe just pushes you to completely just walk away from that. So you guys often stay longer than what the relationship is even, you know, um, you're much like Capricorn, I want to say, when we're talking about relationships, because you often hang tight even after the rope's been cut. You know what I mean? So, what they're telling you here is stop sacrificing. Allow people to do for you, Pisces, because you deserve to be treated, because you deserve to be taking coffee when they know you had a long day, when you deserve to get, your feet rubbed, as an example, after a very hard working day, or your back rubbed or whatever. It's not always you the one that needs to do the catering. Sometimes you deserve to be catered to as well, Pisces. All right, my lovelies. I hope that you guys enjoyed this readings. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Like I said, I will be uploading or probably going live on Friday sometime between, I want to say 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. to do the singles love reading. I'm going to be a little bit more proactive going live, so you guys definitely stay tuned. I want to wish you guys all very good night. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see each other soon. Till then, bye.